Oh, it's the holiday season. Merry Christmas. Fuck my life. But guys, we understand during the holidays, it can be very tough, especially you're seeing family, you're hanging out with people, you've got to try and explain your situation. It ends up just being completely awkward, especially for someone like myself who doesn't really have a normie job. Considering I am a YouTuber, I just sit at home and make videos all day. It is very awkward, and just trying to cope with the fact that you really have nothing going outside of, I really don't have anything going on in my life outside of YouTube. Really, just no connections, no girlfriend to bring, or anything like that. Especially when you've got people your age. I think I'm the only cousin that didn't go to college, and it's just awkward. Like, what is there to really even talk about? You want to discuss 9/11? You want to talk about stadiums, maybe cryptocurrency? That's about it for me. And then you get to like the Thanksgiving dinner table, and it's like, please don't put me on the spot. Please don't ask me a question. It's a throwback to my high school days when I was in Spanish class. God, did I hate Spanish, and I didn't even need to do Spanish anyways. The only reason I did Spanish was because it was supposedly good for your college. I didn't even go to college. And I feel like I've thought about this before. Like, the only time I would be in a favorable social situation would be if I had like a fan meetup or something. That would be like the only time, because then at least people would be able to understand, what I do. And the other thing I was thinking about with being a YouTuber and stuff, it's just such a unique job. And especially like where I'm at right now with my following, to where it's not even close to big enough to make this like acceptable. It's funny how if you're under a certain threshold, if you're a YouTuber, I don't know what that number is, whether it's 200,000, 500,000, a million. But if you're under a certain threshold, people will just assume you're a loser and you just don't want to get a real job, and that's why you're doing YouTube. And honestly, when you think about it and you talk to like 18-year-old kids who say, oh, I'm a content creator, I do TikTok, I can kind of understand what people are saying. But it's like, it's funny how quickly people will flip. And I've heard other YouTubers talk about this. It's like one day they're a loser to society, and then the next day when they have a certain like amount of following, it's deemed as like a totally normal, acceptable job. Look how many subscribers I have. Look how big I am. And now I'm a functioning member of society, because that's what it comes down to, when you're talking to other people, when you're talking to family about what you do. And it's just always so awkward. I also feel really bad for guys that have like Amazon warehouse jobs and trying to explain that and stuff. It's just like, none of those jobs really lead anywhere. I guess you could just do the wage slave grind of trying to get lucky with crypto or something. I'm trying a new strategy with crypto just because it's just such a money drain, man. I have a certain amount of money in my main portfolio, like around 20,000, but what I'm trying to do now with cryptocurrency, especially with the way it is right now, knowledge is just so important. And it's not even knowledge on how good projects are, it's knowledge on knowing where the hype is when a project launches. Getting in early, obviously, it's very important. But with cryptocurrency, dude, there's projects that are so mean. Like, there's this coin, and I was following it for a while. It's just a Donald Trump coin with a ticker MAGA. That's the coin. I remember seeing it when it was like 1.5 cents, maybe 2 cents. This was probably like 2 months ago. I believe it's at like 49 cents right now. And what is the utility of a coin like that? It doesn't have any. But that's the funny thing with cryptocurrency. That's what makes it great. So I think my strategy is I'm just gonna take like $4,000 or $5,000. I'm in a few different Telegram groups because they do have very good knowledge on like new up and coming crap coins that you can get in early on. And I think I'm just gonna keep trying to multiply my money that way rather than keep throwing my YouTube money into the market, just because it is a money drain and I would rather save it. Also, just kind of as a side note, BTW, I am still looking for a developer, because I just think it would be so much easier to invest money into your own crypto project. We've got an interesting idea in regards to combining cryptocurrency with sports, but we do need some developers. So hopefully, if you are a developer of a blockchain, you want to get in, we can work out a nice little deal. We can all get coins, be in right at the start, create something. just send me a little message on Twitter, or X, or just email me. I have an email, business email, that's in this channel. I think the description. The other thing with the other thing with YouTube, if you guys don't know, YouTube doesn't do any taxes at all. And this year, for me, it's going to be a pain. Last year was kind of a pain, but this year it's going to be next level. The tax bracket that I am in, I am going to be paying taxes probably around, just in terms of regular federal taxes, probably around $30,000, hopefully a little bit less, maybe $25K federal, $5K for the state. And I actually went to like this tax agency a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that was like 30 minutes from my house. It was where I did my taxes last year. And I asked them, and I was like, I was trying to cope and be like, well, do I really owe this much? There's no way, what kind of bracket am I in? And they were like, listen, because of the way your thing is structured, your taxes are structured, what you really should be doing is you should be paying, once every 3 months. So I don't know, like quarterly, once every 3 months. And then you would have 4 payments rather than one just straight lump payment at the end of the year for $30,000. You could cut it to like 4 different payments all around $7.5K. And I was like, dude, you're just overcomplicating it now. I'm all right. I don't need help. I'll just pay the lump sum at the end of it. So really, when it comes to like my funds, it's not, I don't even have most of my money in a saving. I literally have most of my money sitting in an account just waiting to pay taxes in April, because YouTube doesn't take any taxes, which, I mean, if you don't know how to save, is obviously a very big problem, because you could spend a lot of that money and then not have enough money for taxes. With most, normal jobs, they will take your taxes, and then at the end of the year, you might even get some money back from possibly overpaying on your taxes. Maybe you'll owe a few $100 or what have you. But with YouTube, it is completely different. But guys, I'm sure a lot of people have the same issues where it's just awkward talking to people during the holidays because, you don't have anything going on in life. You're basically a loser. You're doing nothing. You're sitting at home. You're working a shit job. I'm working a job where you just can't even talk about it. There's nothing to talk about when it comes to what I do. There's just no relating it to anything. And then you just kind of end up standing there doing nothing, looking awkward. And I'm very awkward at social events just in general, so it's bad already. At least when it comes to Christmas, my family hosts the Christmas normally. When you're at home, you can kind of handle it a little bit better. You can manage the situation and things like that, just because it is your home house. But either way, guys. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to show. Yeah, these are some photos that I found. I mean, with me, it's next level cringe, because I literally have YouTube videos of myself. It's not even like I'm just remembering. Like, you can literally see some of these YouTube videos of me. Look like a complete. Oh god, not that video. Yeah, that video was, what a terrible idea that was. That's when I decided to invest. I don't even want to, it's just so nerdy. I decided to invest in these NBA Hoops team sheets that had Michael Jordan on them. So they're basically player cards, but they're sheets. Like, they have all the players. And I think I got a deal because, when you buy them in bulk, you're going to get a better deal, right? I got these off of eBay, 100 of them for $500. And honestly, if somebody wanted to offer me that right now to take it off my hands, I would do it. I just want my money back. Can I just get my $500 back? I still have these team sheets. They are, I think I moved them. I was going to see if I could see them from where I'm at right now in my room. By the way, I did move my setup into, I don't know if people know that or not, because I do live stream with the webcam, but yeah, I moved my setup a while back into my room, just because I should have done it a while ago. It has to do with the sunlight hitting from the back window, and I really couldn't film any videos during the afternoon. But what a terrible, just look at it's a sad situation. And then you look at this photo, and what are 2 words that can describe this photo? Mental illness. Yeah, that's mental illness 100%. My God. You look like, here's another one right here. There's me sporting the emotional lesbian look when I say that I have $0.00 in my bank account. Oh no, that was when I thought I was monetized, and apparently I wasn't monetized. I don't even know how that happened. How, like you would, when you're monetized, you know it, but that video was about me not being monetized or something like 2 years ago. That's when I got monetized, right around there. You just got to get, I think they actually lowered the standards for being monetized now. It's a little bit easier, but it's like 1,000 subscribers, 400 or 400 watch hours or 4,000. I think 400. Well, I don't remember exactly. And then yes, this is amazing. I would smear my face in blood, fake blood, and then record videos recapping college football games. And then I got like a Justin Bieber hair going on. It's just so pathetic, man. It's just so over when you see stuff like this on your YouTube channel. It really is. And I had to private most of my vlogs just because they're a combination of being cringy, and I'll also get doxxed because people are trying to like find where I live and stuff. And obviously I'd rather not have that out there, because honestly, I'm moving from here anyways. This is really not even my house, it's my mom's. So why would you guys even need to know? You can dox me when I move. Dox me at my new house, not this one though, because honestly, I would prefer not to be doxed at all. But if you're gonna dox me, at least do it at my new house whenever I move, possibly to South Dakota, not here, because there's just no real need to do it. But yes, there's just a bunch of cringy stuff I was looking through, man. I used to record these videos. I would set my iPhone up on literally, I don't know why I wouldn't buy a tripod. This is just where my brain, sometimes it just doesn't connect fully. Sometimes some of my neurons just don't fully connect to where it's like, Patrick, maybe just spend $30 on a fucking tripod and it'll be easier. I didn't do that. I had two storage boxes stacked on top of each other, and then I had tape that was I had like this tape system that I had taped down on top of the second storage box, and I propped my phone up and used the tape to like prop it up as kind of a little, thing that would allow it to record. It was just so bad. It was such, and I would record these videos. I remember, here's a good Thanksgiving story. This had to have been back in 2018, Thanksgiving of 2018. So I would have been just at that point, yes, done with high school, because I graduated in 2018, but you graduate in the, in like the spring, the summer, and then in the fall of 2018, obviously you're out of high school. But I remember in the morning of 2018, on Thanksgiving Day, coming out to a random field, probably about 10 minutes away from my house, and recording a frickin' YouTube video updating people on whatever the fuck I was, some cryptocurrency altcoin bullshit. I mean, honestly, at that point, that would have been a beautiful time. If I would have kept my money and really grinded, I would have been very rich based off the 2021 bull run. But yeah, I was just in a random field at 10 a.m. before I had to go to my family's for Thanksgiving. I mean, it's just so... I remember recording like a little snippet of the parade, the Christmas Day parade, making fun of it. And then I frickin' walked outside. It's like 35 degrees out. I went to a field. It's frickin' cloudy. We always have a cloudy Thanksgiving. I can't even remember the last time it was sunny here. Just, this time of year, it's always cloudy. And then I had another Thanksgiving video. I don't even know what it was called. I think it was on this channel. I might have had another Thanksgiving video where I Googled my name or something, and I was like, oh my god, I'm famous. Look, you can find my name. It's just all so fucking cringe, man. Even now, it's really bad. But either way, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. This is a common thing I'm sure a lot of people are going through, where it's just awkward, going to these things and trying to, for me, I feel like it's next level awkward, because there really is no relating YouTube to really anything and getting anyone to really understand, especially the content that I upload. I mean, it's not like I'm uploading normie subjects here, do 9/11. I mean, dude, whenever I do a live stream, yeah, people come into my live streams, they're like, you're milking 9/11 for money. You're getting, you're using a tragedy for money. What does the media do? The media does that times a billion. Why don't you go boycott CNN and not me, when I'm just a person and we've got a community now? It's not weird that we find 9/11 fascinating. It's actually, there's studies that have been done on it. People find tragedies fascinating. But that's just my situation when it comes to the holidays. I am really not looking forward to this one, especially because I thought I would have been out of here by now. And honestly, well, it just costs a lot of money to move. That's the issue, man. You're going to run yourself a good 15 to 20K. Well, maybe not 15 to 20K, but in a startup on a move, it's a few $1,000s. You put a deposit down for an apartment. You've got to buy a bunch of shit, though. I can't wait to buy a new bed, man. I need a new bed so bad. I would buy a frickin'... Like, when I move, I want to have just such a rock solid amount of money to where I don't have to worry about, oh, I can only spend this much on a bed, I can only do this. Like, the goal for me, I would love to buy. I mean, there's no point in buying. Buying is so dumb when you're young. Like, unless you're rich, I mean, go ahead and buy. But just in general, like, the strategy you should use when you move, go rent a really, I would say, a solid house. For me, I really can't do an apartment with other people. The main issue with that is, and this is actually a bigger issue that I've had to overcome, the idea of recording videos with other people in the same vicinity. It's a big problem for YouTubers. We really don't like doing it because it's just awkward. And nowadays, I just, whether my mom's home or not, I'll just record anyways, just because most of the time I don't even think she hears me. But in general, that is a psychological thing where it's like you know other people are like listening to you while you're talking and recording a video. It's so strange. That's why when I move, I would love to be in like a townhome where, you're kind of separated, or just have my own, rented home in general with maybe like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath approach, relatively new, not a lot of land to maintain, and just build up from there. You do the move, you get situated, and then you build the mega mansion and you buy the land and things like that. That would be the goal for me. But I just kind of wanted to talk about like the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It is really, not a very good time, especially for a lot of us, depending on our life situation and what have you. But that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on X. Link to that's always in the description.